on a Sunday for him to immediately say, "Were you with the team in '93?" I said, "No, I wasn't." And he starts telling me about one of his sons, not the one that's the coach, but he had a son that was in the oil business, and he would be down in the Permian Basin and blah, blah, blah. So we're just striking up conversation. And I remember we took our picture with him, and I said, "Hey, we got to do our guns up." And he goes, "No," he goes, "Peace, not guns." So he puts up the peace sign. So we leave, we get our picture taken, go over, and I see the national championship trophy over there. And I wanted to get a picture of it because I was like, man, that would be really cool. I mean, hopefully we're bringing that home, blah, 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 blah. As I'm taking this picture, I hear this voice off on the sideline going, "Hey, Chuck. Hey, Chuck. Hey, Chuck." And it's Bill Walton. Yeah. I'm like, "Yeah, Bill." He's like, "They got me doing this thing on stage." He goes, "It would be so much better if you would join me and just ask me questions. It would be so much better if you would do that."
So now you're the host.
So now I'm the host of this event that's taking place in this thing, and so it's me and Walton on a bar stool talking basketball for 40 minutes, and I mean it was the craziest thing ever. I mean, just when you think you're going like. You go to this event, and of course my buddies are like, "Oh my God, here we go again." How? Right? How? And so Walton and I exchanged emails, and he sends me his phone numbers, and he said this. He goes, "You have been the high water mark of my Final Four this year. Thank you. Shine on, BW." Okay. So
you still have the text, don't you?
I still have the email, right? I'm not getting rid of that.
Yeah.
I'm not getting rid of that. And there were a couple times, over the next year or so that I emailed him, and he would respond back to me. And I sent him one the other day, and I did not send him one for his birthday, I think, but I didn't get something back. Well, now I maybe know why. So we're finishing. So we play the national championship game, and we lose the game. And I'm getting ready to go on the air. I'm in the bowels of the arena there, and I'm getting ready to go on the air with Garrett Luft. He's doing, Optimum Game Day Live, and we're talking, and all of a sudden I see Jim Gray, the guy from NBC Sports, Bill Walton, and their producer coming up, and I'm like, and here's Bill Walton, and we go to the post game. Do you have that?
I've had it since 6 o'clock this morning, Chuck.
Okay, so here's what Walton says to Garrett Luft.
Bill and I had a nice moment on the stage. Do you want to talk on the air? I love all things Chuck. It was the best part of my entire Final Four experience was getting to know him, sharing a stage with him, and I learned so much. I learned about life. I learned about the value of humanity. This guy is a tiger in a trance and a saint of circumstance, and I love all things Chuck. And I'm learning because of Chuck to love all things Texas Tech.
Oh, no doubt.
That's the great Bill Walton.
I mean, and Jim Gray, the look on his face is just like, "Geez, Bill, let's get out of here. Let's get," because they were getting on the elevator. They were getting ready to leave the arena. I mean, it's late at night.
Yeah.
And Brandon Francis is walking right by me, who probably would have been the most outstanding player if Tech had won that game. And there's Bill Walton.
Man, of course I met Chuck. That's my guy.
And there's Brandon Francis. And that's my Bill Walton story. But it's the craziest thing ever.
Yeah.
It's the craziest thing ever.
And that was.
I mean, we spent, and he just said, I said, "What do you want me to talk to you about?" He goes, "Oh, ask me anything. Just ask me anything." And so
Well, you remember how he would get on the old Dan Patrick show years ago? You turn that on and ask one question, and
it didn't take much.
5 minutes later, you get the answer. It's like you ask a question, you take off your headset.
But we went for breakfast. We end up getting Bill Walton's autograph, and then 15 minutes later, I'm sitting on a stage with him, asking him basketball questions in front of this crowd.
It's a good thing you didn't wear your visor and flip flops.
I had a visor on. I had sneaks on.
Yeah,
and sweats on. I had a double T 97.3 visor on.
You look comfortable.
I did look comfortable. Well, I mean, we were going for a breakfast. Me and my friends were going for a breakfast, and you end up there, listening to Bill Walton pontificate. So
he was a fascinating guy, and I mean, he was kind of as you would say, a 51-49 guy. You know, everyone either loved him or you hated him, and I kind of went from didn't really like him to kind of liking him because he was an interesting guy, and he was kind of a Renaissance man that could speak on anything and speak on anything for a long time. And you know, he didn't take himself too seriously, which is, you know, is kind of a.
He certainly had the right.
Yeah, you know, I kind of wish that in more in my life I could not take myself so seriously. But, you know, he's got the right to do that. I mean, he's doing national broadcasts wearing tie-dye T-shirts, and, you know, and the tribute that they did on SportsCenter to him last night was really a neat deal. So,
I loved him playing for the Celtics. You know, he was really the first big man that we heard of having, and I'm sure there were guys before him, but he was the guy that you heard of the most that had foot problems as a 7-footer.
Yeah.
Because you just didn't. We didn't hear about that back in the early 70s.
No, guys were just they didn't fight through them. They just basically went away.
Yeah,
these guys were, you know, hey, what happened to so and so? Oh, he retired. He quit.
But I mean that was certainly a highlight moment for me. I mean, it was a heck of a lot of fun. It was just the crazy thing is that I guess that's probably vintage Bill Walton. Take somebody that's a nobody, and all of a sudden go. There you go.